Good morning, Lance.
How are you?
I'm here, and there's Joe too.
All right. Did I beat Joe in?
Yeah, you beat me
Yeah.
in. I had to reboot my thing. What can I stuff? It was still a video camera. Why the video camera not starting? Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
No, huh? Oh, you can hear me?
No. You can't see it
Okay.
either.
Lance says, can't hear you, can't see you either.
Yeah.
My video camera was turned off. I don't know why.
Hey, did you get that? You must have got that fixed, huh? It's still looking as bad as it always has.
Yeah, I know.
Did you get a new one?
Yeah, I got the anchor. Hold on, see if it works now. See, it
Anchor
works, but
makes
it's not starting in there. I got to get out and come back.
Okay.
Okay. Anchor makes a camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
See,
So
I think
Paul,
it works.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fly
That
the
works.
I'm gonna fly the Neo at lunch today. I
There you
decided
go.
I need 30 minutes of relief.
Did you get my package I sent you?
Not yet.
Okay.
Maybe today.
It don't make sense. You see, that's why I'm telling you that other program sucks. It's picking up my camera, right? But when I put it back on the video broadcast, it won't pick up the camera. Stupid shit. I'll leave it like that. I took it off and put it back. I'm gonna take it off and leave it off.
Take what off?
The video broadcast. That's to stop the screen from blending each other.
Oh, okay.
Well, I flew the worst drone ever a few minutes ago.
Did you hit the snow?
The Avata, he doesn't like the Avata.
The Avata 2, yeah.
Yeah.
No, the
And then
Neo.
Then he took out the best drone ever.
Yeah, the
The
Neo, and he
Neo.
flew it. Yeah. Good for you, Joe. You flew the best drone ever built, right?
Right, yeah, believe that. Got some delusional people here.
Delusional people.
You guys still have snow on the ground, Joe?
Yep, we do. Got black ice all over New Orleans. There's still interstate shut down from Gonzales, Louisiana to Slidell, Louisiana.
And how far is Slidell from you? It's pretty close, isn't it?
17 miles. But Interstate 12 is open all the way through. So if you come I-10 through Mississippi, you get to I-12, you can still get to Baton Rouge. I-12 goes to Baton Rouge.
My buddy lives just north of Pensacola, and they got like 7 inches of snow. He lives in Florida. On the
They haven't given
panhandle.
us an official word like that, but I had 7.5 inches on my car.
Yeah.
And that was on the windshield on top of the car. I didn't measure it, but it looked like it was more.
Yeah. Whatever you do, don't talk about panhandles around TJ. We'll have to explain it again.
All you gotta tell TJ is,
Here comes
man,
TJ
this
now.
coffee's pretty good. All you gotta say, this coffee's pretty good.
Here comes TJ
Pretty good.
now.
Pretty good.
Dad.
Look, TJ,
Like
that's why that pretty good coffee.
TJ, you
I'll tell
got
you
the
what I'm gonna do,
you got
TJ,
the panhandle all figured out now.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Hey, TJ, I'm gonna market this coffee. I'm gonna say Papa Joe's pretty good coffee.
Okay, sounds good to me. Pretty good coffee by Captain Joe.
I used to make chicken soup, right? And my
Yeah.
kids used to say I need to call it Papa Joe's whole freaking chicken soup.
Oh, there you go. That sounds good. I was watching something on Facebook where they made a soup and you get the little lentils, little star like looking lentils or whatever, and then you put you can use bone broth, and then you put carrot, a whole yellow onion or white onion, whatever onion you want, and then some like maybe like four things of the celery, and you cut them up, and you put them in the blender, and then you put the broth in the blender and blend it all up, and then you pour it back in the soup, and then you just put it in with the lentils. Oh, it sounded really good. It was called some kind of, it was called a I don't know, they called it a get better soup or something like that. Whenever you're feeling sick, you just eat that, and it's supposed to make you like feel 100% better or something.
And how do you expect us to circle back to Panhandle from that story?
That's kind of odd.
I don't know. I just thought I'd throw soup in the conversation. I don't know.
Well, the first place they made it, I think, was in the Florida Panhandle, Lance.
There you go, Joe. Okay, good job. I would give you an A for being able to do that.
Yeah, there you go. I want an A plus. Yeah.
An A for effort.
Yeah.
So you flew the Mini 2 earlier?
No, I did the Neo.
Oh, the Neo. Oh, aka.
Wait a minute. I'm watching Maddie Kurtz out in the snow doing a snow angel. I'm thinking I'd love to be next to her. No, never mind. I just kind of zoned out when I watched it. Maddie came out there and got in the snow.
So,
Okay.
So
Wow.
is it still the same amount of snow out there as it was yesterday?
It's starting to break up now. It's starting to break up as patches. Like we had a full cover, and now it's patches in the back. But if you look at Interstate 10, like in Laplace, all the way through, like from Gonzales, it's actually Gonzales, Louisiana. To you get through Baton Rouge. After you get through Baton Rouge, you get down to Gonzales area. That's when they shut it down, all the way to Slidell, Louisiana. So that's about maybe 60 miles. It's shut down. It is solid. But the thing that got me was yesterday, the causeway that goes across Lake Pontchartrain. It's 23.6 miles. That's how long it is, right? Over the lake. And they said they had lake effect snow, like you would get up around Buffalo and all that area. And they said the average snow on the causeway, and I didn't believe it until they showed it, was 24 inches.
Oh, wow.
So on the Causeway Bridge, they got to get 24 inches of snow off of it.
Wow, that's wild.
They've got snow plows going up the bridge and shooting it, pushing it over into the lake. That's how they're doing it.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
They said they should have it open by tonight.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
But there's two lanes, two bridges. So there's 4 lanes, 23.6 miles of 24 inches of snow.
Oh.
And I knew around the lake down in New Orleans, they were getting the most snow, and it had to be the lake effect, had to be.
Yeah.
Because you were also getting the condensation because of the water.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a pretty cool flight that you did. What was it? I think looked like it was yesterday around the duck pond, or was that the duck pond was this morning or yesterday
The
morning?
duck pond was yesterday. Oh, that's the one I flew 3 days ago. If you go back and
Okay.
look 3 days ago, I flew it without the snow.
Oh, gotcha.
And I said that we're expecting snow. I'll get back here and do it again.
Okay.
So I had to go back and do it again.
Yeah, that lake looked a little frozen out there.
Yeah, it had a couple of little bitty patches of ice.
Yeah.
That branch I hit going through. We
Oh
went through
yeah,
those
I saw
branches.
that. I saw that. I was like, oops, watch out for that branch.
Yeah, when I went through that branch, I didn't see that. I went through that same place the other day and didn't hit that branch.
Yeah,
I mean, I
I
went
saw
through
the
that.
little bump there. I
It was
was like,
almost the
uh-oh.
same flight. I was blinded by the snow,
Yeah, most definitely.
but I went right through it. It wasn't no big deal. It was a little bit twig thing.
What's
Yeah,
the temperature there, Joe?
Right now we're 27 degrees, 24 degrees. Yeah, we woke up yesterday. You ready for this? Johnny said his was 10. My thing outside said 10, but this is the official in Mandeville yesterday was 8. So we were supposed to be 8 degrees yesterday. And they said we were gonna get down to 10 this morning, but we never got close. I mean 16 this morning. We never got close. Hey, Brian, Nunya, Eddie, Johnny. I flew to Neo in the snow around the igloo. No, I hit a tree yesterday. Almost hit a pole today. Come close. Almost hit a snowman today. That'd have been something, huh? That would have been a good one. TJ crashing into a snowman.
Oh yeah.
I come close.
If there was a snowman, if there was a snowman that somebody had built, that would have been funny if you crashed into it.
Yeah, they've got a bunch of them out here. And I came around right at the end of it. I came around and I missed it by about 6 inches.
Well, hold on. TJ opposed to what? A natural snowman?
A what? Wait, you said what?
I said opposed to what? A natural snowman?
Oh,
They're all handmade.
a natural snowman. Just somebody just standing out there with a scarf and a hat on.
All the snowmen they made that. Now this one over here, he's made like a snowman, the big one they got. But most of them that I've seen are made up with Mardi Gras beads and everything else, like
Oh,
for Mardi
wow.
Gras.
That's funny. You see, Johnny made a king cake. You see that?
Yeah, I know. You should have called me. I'd have come over.
Yeah. I asked him if he put the little plastic baby inside of it. Because
That's a
like
good
when you make them or when you buy them, I know like they put the plastic baby inside, and whoever gets the piece of cake with the baby has to buy the next one.
Look what Trevor wrote in there.
Yeah, be careful about those snowmen. There was a news report a couple years back of someone building a snowman around a stump of a tree, and someone was going around running over snowmen for fun
On their car?
and hit that stump.
That's funny.
Now, my brother has an idea for a snowplow attachment. You know, they have the snowplows and they plow the snow up in big piles in the middle of the parking lots and stuff.
Yeah.
He thinks
Right.
the snowplows should have shapes in them like snowmen, so when they push the snow to the center of the lot, it makes a row of snowmen.
Oh, that'd be cool.
It would be cool.
You see that guy that built an entire vehicle out of snow? He made it look like it was a car covered in snow.
Mm-hmm.
And the snow plows kept going around it as they thought it was a car.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I mean, he did a good job. I mean, it was super detailed. It looked like a fucking car was covered in snow, but it was just a pile of snow.
Where'd you see that at?
A guy did it. It was a video a couple years ago. A guy did that. And the snow. And he took video of the snow plows that kept going around it because they thought it was a car.
Can you still go on there and find it?
It's probably on YouTube somewhere. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen it. It was a couple years ago. Sure, it's on YouTube somewhere.
Oh, man. I went out and shoveled the snow this morning. Oh, man.
Pretty cold out there, eh?
Yeah, it's only
Hey,
15
Eh?
degrees.
15. Holy smokes.
And
Yeah.
on my sidewalks are old sidewalks and some of them are tilted. And so where the water was on there, it's ice, and I'm out there slipping and sliding around and I'm thinking, God, don't fall now, don't fall now.
I know.
We're on our third day of solid clouds and nonstop rain.
Yeah, it's 57 degrees here and cold.
It's like 40 something here, I think, right now.
We were supposed to go out flying this morning, but Ray and his wife were sick, and
That sounds like an excuse to me.
no, I think he was actually sick because him and his wife went on a cruise. I think they came down with something when they came back. So
Somebody comes down with something going to cruise.
yeah. But yeah, we were supposed to go out this morning, but I don't know, the weather was going to be kind of shitty this morning, so it got called off. What's up, Jim?
I'll be right back. I'm gonna put gas in my car.
What'd you get at Wendy's this morning?
Egg and cheese.
Nice. McDonald's wasn't open? Don't you normally go to McDonald's and get a biscuit or something?
Not where I drove today. I drove to the gas station.
TJ, the one I put up this morning was out at Mandeville High. I went
Yeah.
out there yesterday and flew above the stadium and got all the snow on the stadium, and then pictures of the school and all their fields with snow on it.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Then I got one, that was on the lakefront. I went all the way to Mandeville Harbor. I got another one to make. Shoot, I'm missing one. I didn't do one. I'm trying to have one. I'm trying to think. I did like 8 flights yesterday.
You got like so many videos, you forgot to post them.
Yeah, no, I got them posted. That's just one of them I forgot to make. It's the one at
Oh.
Sunset Point. I went around Sunset Point. I forgot I did that one. Yeah, I went to Sunset Point with all the snow.
You put some of your videos on your
Oh,
on your
Lord.
camera.
Oh, look who they're letting in. We're going downhill. Oh, I didn't mean that, John. I mean, I thought that was TJ. I mean, I thought that was Tim Jackson.
What's up, Johnny?
What's up, Johnny?
Hey, Johnny.
Look who they're letting in.
What? Hey, Johnny, I wanted to thank you for taking good care of my buddy, Joe, because I know you have to give him guidance, you know.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Yeah, you ought to see the way he takes care of me.
We're not supposed to report that.
YouTube's on.
No, that's Lance in the background.
That was me. That was me turning my car on. It starts with the radio, then pops some clowns on. Eventually.
Oh, I thought that was me.
So, Johnny, what do you
No.
think about all the snow?
Well, it's pretty, but it's time for that crap to go away.
I agree. Time to go.
What'll it take, like a week or so for it to all disappear, or what?
No, it's funny because my neighbor's yard across the street, it ain't even, I guess they're all in the shade. It ain't even having hardly started to melt, you know?
Oh,
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but it'll, I think, by today and tomorrow. And I mean, we made a big old, I don't know, we can see, we made a big old giant snowball over there.
oh yeah, I can see
Oh,
it's
yeah.
disappearing already.
Yeah, but see my neighbor's yard over there? It's like,
Yeah, he's
it
got
ain't
all those trees around, doesn't he?
it ain't even started to melt.
Yeah.
Probably gonna take a while for all his snow to melt with all them trees.
Yeah, I
in the
know.
way.
It's kind of crazy.
Uh,
That's the
Joe-
panhandle of Hammond. That's the panhandle of Hammond. That's what it is.
Joe's been watching the weather. He's hoping for another storm to come on.
Well,
There you
Joe,
go.
you know
Here's how
what?
Johnny is right here.
Joe bumped his head. What is that? Oh yeah.
What?
That was a Neo.
Yeah. That's what I gotta deal with there, Paul.
Sounds to me you got the perfect mentor.
That's pretty funny.
Wasn't that funny? It only got 407 views.
I like how he had his shirt on, and then he had he had Marcus's beanie on his head.
So your call was inside. Johnny's call was inside. He's on the phone.
So Joe, do you put
Yeah.
you put some of your videos on your channel, right?
Yeah, post all of them.
I see more videos on Facebook than I do your channel.
I don't post mine. Who are you talking about, Johnny or me?
You.
I post all of mine on my channel. I post them on Facebook on the USA Drone Flyer. But I just post them. But I post every one of them on my channel.
That was a guy by the cemetery. He wanted to know if he'd come in to work a little bit. I said, yeah, come on, blow out the mausoleum, do something. He ain't worked in 2 days. He's going nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe, you going flying today?
I went flying already.
You know, my brother-in-law, they went to the lighthouse yesterday. He called me. They went out there. Yeah, they went. Yeah. He was asking me about what
was on the
I don't know. He didn't send me any pictures of that. He called and was asking me like some settings on the, and all that bull crap. Cause he really ain't flew in a while, but yeah, he said he had somebody else out there too.
Wow. They got people around here. I'm surprised. I'm flying out here yesterday and I come in, I'm standing there and the drone comes flying by me.
Really?
I went, who's flying this? Neighbor upstairs on the side.
You saw that from that Louisiana drone enthusiast. A guy put pictures of the university center. Like he was like right at my house almost. Like my house was almost in the picture. I don't know who he was. I
don't know who he is either. I've seen him.
He was downtown Hammond shooting some pictures and all that.
They're showing high 55 right now.
TJ,
TJ, shut down.
You need some snow?
No, I think we're good. We're all right. We're good.
Yeah.
That's cool.
TJ wants one of those.
He wants one of them. These are pretty cool. I gotta admit, these are pretty cool.
Along with my shithead aboard.
What? I said I gotta get it. I went to send it again a couple days ago and I forgot to pick it up.
Look, TJ, you want to get hooked? Here you go. You're hooked.
Get hooked. Get hooked. That's funny. Get hooked.
I made these. I hang my hats on them outside and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Pretty neat.
Yeah, I was gonna make one that fits in the corner.
You put some adhesive, like adhesive on the back.
Yeah, I put like those little strips you buy, like you stick on the sheetrock, and they work really good.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I got one of them. One of those, like a accordion. Like accordion one.
Yeah, these are good. They take about 7-8 minutes to print. So.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
I made those two that remember in the car, but I couldn't get them to stick. I need to figure a way to do them.
Gorilla double-sided stick tape should work.
Well, I was using a GoPro tape, it didn't work.
They have this stuff that you can buy. It comes there's like 3 of them in a box, but it's called alien tape, and they're double-sided.
Yeah.
So you could like cut a strip and stick it on the back of that. Stick it on the back of
that. Humans can't buy it. It's only for aliens.
Well, no, because it's a pretty good tape because it's sticky on both sides. So
pretty good.
Yeah, and it's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Hey, Lance.
Hey, Johnny.
Captain Joe did really good in his flying lessons from Seattle up there. He
I'm glad he's learning.
he's graduated, you know.
Yes, we can give him a sticker.
Yeah, he get a little sticker, a little happy face.
Okay,
Joe,
all right.
Joe, where you went to? Joe, where you went this morning?
Just outside in the back.
It's too damn cold.
Yeah, they had, I tell you, the girl the one across the hall, the young girl and the dad built the igloo outside.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's taller than me. And
Well,
then they got a couple of
that's an
snowmen.
old. That you shouldn't have said that. So you know.
Well, Justin's already said it once. It doesn't take much.
So Johnny, I loved your jumping skills trying to get that drone back.
Yeah, I tried. I was like, you know what? It's always the same case. One more inch, and I would have made it. You know.
My wife used to say, one more inch.
Yeah. Oh well, it was fun. It was fun making that.
But you were right, Johnny. I had that. Remember, I tried to start it up, it wouldn't start up.
Well, yeah. After a crash, you get that crash detected warning. So you gotta.
I turned it off, turned it on, and it still wouldn't let me start. Remember, I had to do it twice.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of like resets.
But I could have also grabbed my fishing pole in the car and picked it up real easy.
That's true. Well, we could have just got my Neo or my Avata 2 and just run into it and push it off. Then mine would have been stuck up there, you know.
Could have got the Air 3S. Or that many. I have a hook that I've never put together. I need to go get all the little bolts and
You like
stuff.
those,
That you
TJ?
hook to the bottom of the Mavic 3, and you can pick, and it goes down and picks it up.
Now I will say, if it would have been in the middle of that thing, it might have been a little problem getting up. I guess I could have got up there from the garbage can.
If it had
But
been in the middle, I'd have got the fishing pole.
I don't know how I would have got down without jumping.
I'd have threw my fishing pole up there and fished for it.
Yeah, it was fun. That's a fun day.
Yeah, it was.
I'm just glad.
Hey,
I'm glad it was your drone and not mine. Just saying.
Well, you know, that thing hit pretty hard too. And it didn't do anything to it. But every time I've done a power loop in the air, I've hit down, like almost flat. I still don't understand, even in the physics of it, how it started 15 feet ahead and went 20 feet back.
No, it's like I'm like you. You gotta.
Yeah, I guess so.
You gotta not touch the sticks. Just let it do it on its own. I guess you know.
Yeah, I think I touched it again. That's probably what I did.
Yeah.
Because you're extending the circle, you know?
Yeah. Well, it depends when you give it a little gas, a little juice too. You know, if you taking that, if you give it at the bottom, or when it's about 3/4 around, and you giving it a little push of the throttle, then it's going to make it bigger. You know, I guess.
If you look at it, if it starts here, it's got to go back to here. You know?
Yeah.
It starts here, it's got to go back. But I thought I was far enough out.
Hey, Joe, you want to see what it's like when Sarah's trying to get me off the computer?
Go ahead.
What movie is this from? I feel like I've seen this before.
Vacation.
Oh, that's right.
The remake of Vacation.
The remake. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, that is.
hey,
good.
Joe, did you see that Boston cream I ate?
Yeah.
I got a call last night about 9 o'clock from my friend down in Detroit, the one that took the picture of Mia.
Uh-huh.
He bought Boston creams on his way through town, and he dropped me off too.
Wow.
Yeah,
Just two boxes.
Jim's a great guy.
Dude.
Two boxes or just 2 donuts?
2 Boston creams.
Oh, nice.
Joe, I made this yesterday. Look here, the knife's in the
Yeah, I
box.
saw that.
Yeah, I'll be up there in about a half hour.
Is the plastic baby somewhere in there?
I got a plastic baby, but it's not in there. The kids probably they be paying for it.
And Joe's been talking about that, Johnny.
I made look, and I ate a sliver about like you couldn't even see it because I'm doing my Atkins diet, so that's definitely not on Atkins. But I tell you what, we ate 1.5. What they did, they came over and I made some coffee and the kids. So
everybody ate 1.5 of those.
Well, no, it makes 2 the recipe, but I only got a half left.
Still there.
Yeah, the problem is, even if you go to Walmart, the ones that don't even taste good, they want $20 for them.
You ain't lying.
There you
I
go,
tell you
TJ.
what, they make 2 probably cost about, I don't know, maybe 6 cups of flour and a thing of cream. Probably $4 to make, maybe, you know.
Yeah. I used to make them. Like I said, I haven't used my stove since I got the air fryers.
Well, don't you have one of those? Don't you have one of those big where they advertise it's got the 2 doors to open and close?
Funny.
No, I don't have that one. I almost bought that one this year, but mine works, so I don't need them.
I love the air fryer.
I use the air fryer almost for everything. Almost for everything.
Yep.
I use the microwave to make tea.
Yeah, you do. That's proper tea, right?
Yeah, proper tea. Make proper tea.
Property.
Yeah, he drinks like this with his pinky finger up.
Yeah.
He makes tea in a microwave. Yo, Joe.
Then I have some English muffins. I mean crumpets.
Tea and crumpets.
Yeah, tea and crumpets.
Tea and crumpets.
Hey, I just thought you were Italian, Joe.
When he eats the
There
crumpets,
you go.
Johnny, he does this with his glasses.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go. That's him. It's proper tea time.
Property.
You can tell by the way he's wearing his glasses.
Yep.
Oh, let me see if Amazon's.
I got to remember that next time Mark's on. I'm gonna go make some proper tea and I'll do that.
There you go. Yep, go like that. Yep.
Joe,
Yeah,
what's
I tell you what, I know how to needle mark.
Joe, are they gonna deliver mail again? I mean, we ain't got mail since Saturday.
I have a package that's been in New Orleans since Thursday.
What's the deal?
Telling
I
me it
mean,
was
what
gonna
happened?
be delivered Friday.
What happened to the old motto, rain, sleet, snow, or whatever, all that crap?
Now it's a rather rain. It's rain, sleet, sun, rain, sleet, or snow. Oh hell no, we're not gonna go. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's about
We're
right.
not gonna go.
I have something in New Orleans too that's been sitting there for like, well, now it's in Hammond, but they said it's not coming today because of the weather.
Yep. Well, I got that informed delivery thing. It comes out every day and says I'm gonna get it today. I'm gonna get it today. I'm gonna get
I
it
get
today.
that. TJ,
Here's
run
a
over
picture.
here to the post office and grab my package from me.
All right, I'm on my way.
Yeah, we went to flying. What was it, Thursday last week? That was the day I told you I had to come in tomorrow. Those were those cards and the pictures.
Yeah,
They've been in New Orleans since Thursday.
maybe somebody stole them and gonna autograph them and try to sell them on eBay.
Hey, go ahead.
Look, Joe, they came out with the 5090, $2,000 at Best Buy.
What is that?
It's a graphics card, new
Holy
graphics
shit.
cards.
Wow.
$2,000 for that damn thing.
Yeah, I don't need it.
$2,000, you can get the actors to come over and perform in front of you. Shit.
The 5070s, though, those are pretty decent prices, but yeah. That's the 4990 equivalent right there.
My 3070 is all I need.
Oh, yeah, you don't need upgrade. That card will be good for another 5 years easy. I'd buy a 4090 if it was like cheap enough. You could get it cheap enough. But though even the prices of those haven't gone down, which I'm kind of surprised about.
They were talking about snow in New Orleans just now, and they were talking about the animal. I looked up and there was a wolf, and I'm like, it was showing Audubon Park. All the animals running around out in the snow.
Yeah, but they got all them. I saw the snowfall totals. Them snowfall totals are like wacko. I don't even know where they would get them from.
My cousin's mother-in-law,
Yeah.
on top of her table, when the snow started coming down, she went out there and put an 18-inch ruler in it. Because that's what she had, right? And just stuck it straight up in there and came back later and looked at it, and she had 13 inches on top of the table.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I would say, I mean, Hammond, the city of Hammond says officially we got 8.5, and I probably had about 7.5. I don't know if it got to 8, but on the state thing, it said that we got 4 inches. I mean, first of all, how could we get 4 and Slidell and Baton Rouge get more? Well, like, where did the snow go in between Hammond to just skip, you know?
Because I had 7.5 on my car, on my windshield.
Yeah.
That was my windshield. I didn't measure the top. So I know I had, because the windshield's on an angle, so I know I had more on the top.
Well, I know I got 7.5 because I'm kind of used to, you know, that's you
Yeah.
know, that's
And that's how I knew too. And it was shorter than me.
It was fun though. It was, and thank God the weather was good. Nobody lost power, so it was a really, it was pretty decent. I know, hey, for the guys up north, they, you know,
Yeah.
but it was really.
I guess so. I
Yeah.
hope so.
Hey, Lloyd, the only problem is it got pretty cold because I had to unfold it.
Yeah.
I had to go try to crank my pool back up when it warms up.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing I was worried about was since the hurricane, or before the hurricane came through, and we got flooded and the water got under my car. The only thing I was worried about was last time it got really cold here, the starter gave me problems again. But I went out there and that thing kicked right over. So it didn't give me problems this time.
What's up, Lloyd?
How you doing?
How you
There's got
doing this morning, Lloyd?
one spot on that starter that every once in a while, it's not much lately. It's just maybe 1 out of 35 starts, maybe. It'll go click, and if you hold it, it goes boom, then it'll start. It's like you got to get the power to move it.
Lloyd here?
Yep, Lloyd's here. I'm the
Yeah.
panel.
Lloyd's been coming on here a lot lately.
Why don't see, oh, I see him. Okay.
We're kind of getting sick of him.
Yeah.
Lance,
Yeah, I know. That's why I've been staying away, because I don't want to wear out my welcome.
you're welcome here all the time, Lloyd. You don't listen to Lance.
That's not what Paul told me.
Lance, keep it
Yeah,
up.
yeah, I know.
I'll
Okay.
tell you what, we're gonna mute Lance in a minute.
Good
Yeah.
morning, Lloyd. We love you, buddy.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm glad you said that. And you make me
Anyone
feel
from
better.
Oklahoma's got to be okay.
What
Or lives
the
in
fuck does that
Oklahoma.
mean?
He's an
And Lance,
Oklahoma boy.
we want to thank you, Lance, for being in the dark because we're eating this morning.
Yeah, doing a hyperlapse at the
Seems like
LeMay Car
Seems
Museum.
like every time Lance comes on here, he's always in the dark.
He's flying.
Well, that's because he's in the dark, period, because it's dark out there, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Well, he's
still dark
3
out
hours
there.
Come
behind
on,
us.
and
That's why.
practically dark when you come on again. But there's my hyperlapse. If you can
Oh,
see
there
it.
you go.
Lance, are you
I
flying
did
from
a
inside the car?
hyperlapse.
Does Lance fly from inside the car?
I am.
It looks like he is
Yep.
today.
Oh yeah.
I can see my drone. It's out in front of me, about 200 feet up. I perch strategically so I can see it and stay warm.
Sure, you can see it. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's 200
Lance, you
feet
should
above
get-
the
you
building
should-
that's 2 miles away.
Lance, you should get you one of those
Yeah, you
the
know,
little-
those, you know,
the little circle lights for your
the
car.
little, the little thing, you know?
the
thing,
little
yeah.
circle light.
Oh yeah, to light up my eyes.
Yeah, that thing.
TJ, the whole point was we didn't want to see Lance.
There we go. How's that?
TJ, you got to work today?
Thanks, Justin.
No, I'm off today, fortunately. So
He's
Yeah,
got to
well,
go out
I'm
and
RV
shovel.
today, huh?
You're
got
gonna
the-
go out and shovel snow, TJ?
no, there's no snow here to shovel, so I'm good. I'm good. They
If
got
it's
they got
not-
the fair they got the fair going on today, so we might do that later on. But
If it snowed where TJ was at, he wouldn't be prepared to shovel snow.
yeah,
You'd be
I
out
would
there
lose
at the-
my mind.
I don't even think you'd find a place that sells a snow shovel.
No,
You'd be
Well,
out
they
there
got-
at the-
They
gotta
got
get a
snow
roof,
in
gotta get a-
Jacksonville, didn't they?
Yeah, over in Jacksonville, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's all the way up north though. TJ's like down by Miami area.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell I would do if I woke up and there was snow all over the ground. Like,
Be out there with one of them damn plastic.
I know what you
shovels
do. You be
from the
making
beach.
snow angels.
Yeah, he'd be out
I
there.
probably would. I probably would.
Fine, thanks.
Morning,
I hope
Trevor.
you're all enjoying
Good
your
morning,
snow.
Trevor.
I'm having nice warm days and time on the beach and
On the beach, huh? Okay.
yeah,
Nice.
nice relaxation. While you guys are actually playing with snowballs.
Yep.
Hey, you're not teasing me at all because I like the cold. So
Well, there's cold and then there's colder. I tolerate cold, but when it gets down sub-zero, I don't tolerate that very
I can still hold it with one hand. It ain't that cold.
So flying the Space Needle yesterday, I thought it was going to be too cold to fly, and I got out and it was like, hey, so it felt like 70. It was 30, but it was okay.
Lance, that's too hot to golf, not too cold to fly.
Yeah. But it turned out just fine.
Lloyd, how's the weather out there where you are?
Actually, it's cold, but it's at least the sun is shining, and I think we're going to have a heat wave here pretty soon. Yeah, it's 27 right now, but it's supposed to get up to all the way up to 41 today. So we got a real heat wave going now.
Wow.
We still at 24 right now.
Tomorrow's going to be 49.
Lloyd, how much snow did you get?
We didn't get it with this last band that went
Oh, okay.
through. We just got some flurries, but the one before that went through, we got between 6 and 8 inches. So, but this last band, all we got was the bitter cold. We just, we're right in that
Right.
between there's what they call a corridor between the two Interstate 44 and Interstate 40, and we're just. If we were south of Interstate 44, which I think is the south, I always get those two confused. Anyways, we were a little bit south of the interstate, which is about 20 miles from here. We probably would have got some snow like
Yeah.
they did down, because Texas got some, and of course, then it swung through and got you guys. So.
Well, Joe Lloyd has been cocky the last day or two because he said he got 8 inches.
No, I said I have 8 inches.
You have 8 inches.
I think he said he got. I think the word was got.
It depends where he starts measuring from.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
How
that's
long
it,
it comes out 8 inches don't matter.
and didn't you say your ex-wife was always asking for more?
No, she always told me to fold it in half.
Fold it in
Oh,
half.
Fuck's sake.
Did he say he received 8 inches? What'd he say?
I didn't say that.
Mm.
Never said receive. Never said that word.
Joe's very cautious about what he says now.
Yeah.
Maybe
It
it
This
was
was
crowd
Donald
gotta be.
somewhere.
I don't think it was received.
Yeah, you got to be
I
careful
said
what you
something
say with
about
this
I
crowd.
said something about my hand yesterday, and Donald popped right on.
Yeah, yeah.
Lloyd,
You'll
Lloyd,
get
you
him on
coming
that.
to South Florida?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay, good deal.
Yeah, I'm staying with Bill down there. He was kind enough to offer me a cot or place out in a shed. I'm not sure where I'm going to be, but anyways, he offered me a room, so it was cheaper than the hotel, and so I've already got my plane tickets, and I'm getting it. I got a deal where I got a car with it too. I'm coming into West Palm Beach, so
Okay, good deal. Good deal.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
be
pretty
there
awesome.
Friday afternoon.
It was cheaper than the
where-
hotel. How much is he charging you?
I don't know. I didn't ask him how much he charged. It kind of worries me now. I think
I'm
about
saying
it.
I'm going to stay by TJ's.
Oh, there you go. Come on, Johnny.
Dude,
I
you
heard something
coming up-
about a
Plenty of
chicken
room.
feed.
Now we'll be at the hotel on Tuesday. Scotty and I, Jackrabbit. So
Oh, Scott's gonna be there too. Okay, good.
yeah, I go to his house and spend the night, and we head on in that morning. So
Right. Okay.
Lloyd, you said you were staying with Rodney?
No, with
Bill.
with Bill, Uncle
oh,
Bill.
you know
okay.
what? Hey, I did hear Bill saying he was closing one lane at a bowling alley, putting up. So he probably got you sleeping on lane 18 or something.
Yeah, it's probably
Yeah,
where I'll
probably.
stay. He'll let me stay there.
Yeah,
I don't care.
You can upgrade to the suite on one of the pool tables.
Yeah, you
Yeah, I
can.
can-
Yeah, you can stay on the pool table.
Yeah,
That'd be good. Yeah.
yeah, that's it. Yeah. I
No,
can
if he
sleep.
was staying with Rodney TJ, he'd be nowhere near the drum meetup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is we'd get to talking and forget about actually showing up for the meet. If it was me and Rodney. Yeah. I'd actually was had reserved my room, but they didn't get it in. So for whatever
Ew.
reason. And so when Bill offered me that place to stay, I thought, all right. So I just called him up and said, hey, they said, yeah, we got you in the system, but we're not sure how they put it in there. They put it in wrong. So, but it's like, yeah, I thought, well, okay. It worked out good. So,
Well, did you tell him to send you a certificate for a free room next time?
well, yeah, I probably should have.
Yeah.
Because, and I figured out that the last time I was there, because I just took over another guy's reservation, so he didn't get hit with it. But what I didn't realize is he'd reserved a suite.
Oh.
And yeah, so I was paying out quite a bit of money, and they kept talking about how cheap a price. I'm thinking, man, I didn't get it that cheap. Well, when I went to make my reservations, I suddenly realized, oh, that's why I paid so damn much. I'd gotten a suite. See, if I'd have known it was a suite, I wouldn't have done it. I was doing, Captain Ray and was asking me to do a favor for one of the guys, and they couldn't make it. And I said, sure, why not? Like, yeah, that cost more than my plane tickets. So, but yeah, but I had a good time then, and I'm hoping to have a good time this time too. I should.
Lapse is ready to complete.
Yeah, Ray's been getting a lot of packages. People.
Yeah,
been
I've been seeing him putting that out there.
There's
Yeah.
a message in the chat there for you, Lloyd.
Huh?
Jim Me is doing
Oh,
okay.
okay. Thank you, Jim. Yeah, I'll remind him. Yeah, I would rather stay in the nicer one. So lane 18 was where I'm shooting for. So
Once you get to his house, he just does a video of you showing you the dog bed in the corner. That'd be some shit Matt would do if he showed up to his house.
Oh, that'd be funny if I set up a pillow and blanket on lane 18, took a picture, and here's my room, and put that up. Yeah, that'd be funny.
Why don't you come to this year's one, Al, and just stay with your brother, so you don't have to pay for a room or whatever.
How far is Miami from there?
It's
like 4 or 5 hours from me. So no,
Miami's about I think they said, let's see, about 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think from Miami to where the drone meet is at, it isn't too far. So
that would be about right, because I'm about 4.5 hours from Miami. So
yeah,
last time meetup's about 2 hours. So
I mean, hell, he'd have a free place to stay.
Yeah, I flew into Fort Lauderdale last time, and Michael Wright picked me up. Matter of fact, he picked me and Bob Dempsey both up Bob kept
Oh,
going in
nice.
and out, and I was too, and we're trying to meet up. Finally, I said, stand in one place, and he was sending me pictures, but I couldn't, tell what. Finally, I just said, where are you in front of? He said, I'm over by Delta. And I said, well, just stay there and I'll come find you. And I ended up, and we just kept missing each other. And finally,
Oh, look at Mia.
yeah,
Oh.
taking it easy.
Jim asked how Mia was doing.
Oh, okay.
Getting older like the rest of us.
Oh, yeah, ain't that the truth?
She's 15 or 16 years old.
Oh, that's for a bigger dog. That's a pretty good age.
Yeah. She gets her pills and she's on a special diet.
Yeah.
Do you have to wrap it up in peanut butter or put it like in a piece of meat, or does she take it like it is? You just feed
Her
it to
pills?
her? Yeah.
I take a slice of bread, slice it in three widths, and then I put peanut butter on it, and then put the pills on it and wrap it up, and then I have one extra one that I usually cut up like four slices at a time.
Right.
Oh, okay. So you just roll the pills up in the bread and then put the
Well,
peanut butter.
I have the two pieces of bread laying like this and peanut butter on top, and I take and put the pills on top and fold it over.
Oh, gotcha. They have these.
Then tear off a little bit,
They have these things that
Yeah, pill
we sell
pockets.
them at Walgreens, but they're like little pill hiders, but they're
Pill
I think
pockets.
Pill pockets, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, pill pockets.
That's
It's
just
like
another expensive thing to buy, TJ.
Yeah.
If I had your money,
Yeah.
Well,
Walgreens,
if you got one of those dogs that like eats really quick, you just throw it in their food, they'll fucking swallow it whole.
Yeah.
I think they
There's
have
some
like
dogs that eat
a
like that.
peanut buttery taste to them too. I think.
well, was that what you used for a snack?
Yeah.
TJ on his way to work munches pill pockets.
Yeah.
I put my pills in there and wrap it up and put it right in my mouth. I can't even taste the dang thing.
Nobody's laughing but you, TJ, because everybody figures that's true.
No, it's definitely
Yeah.
not true.
Well,
Definitely
okay,
not
that
true.
makes sense. Yeah, it's probably what TJ does. Yeah.
Yep, that's definitely what DJ does.
Yeah.
No, that's a false statement.
So you was lying to us, What
I don't
else
know.
have you lied about?
Yeah.
Now we know. We just,
I don't use pill pockets. I was just kind of making a joke out of that.
we know.
The little
Yeah.
jokes that he is. Yep.
We just turned the joke around on you. Is all we did.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
TJ, are you going to be down there this year?
Heck yeah. I ain't missing that for the world, man.
Cool.
I'm bringing my potato gun this year again, as I did when I did last year.
I knew you was over there setting that off, and I wasn't paying attention. First time you set that off, I about wet myself. Like, God, yes, what was that? I look over there, and there you are standing there. I'm going, okay. Yeah, try not to hit the yachts this time, though. I don't think they were at. Yeah.
I know. Dude, that was funny when that thing shot off. Potato was just going everywhere.
Yeah. Man, it scared the fire out of me. Like I said, I didn't know what it was at first.
Well, and on the end of it, you ought to have some razor blades like crisscross that, and it would shoot out French fries.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That's an idea. Yeah, just put some cross blades on there. Yeah.
French fries for all.
That's it.
Like a blow up.
Open your
Gotta go through
mouth. Open your mouth.
It'd be like a shotgun instead of a potato gun.
Yeah. I'll be back just a second. I got to go refill my coffee.
Okay, Lloyd. We'll be here.
I had my second cup just a little while ago.
I had one cup.
How many cups
I
do
don't
you
think I
drink a
have,
day, TJ?
It just depends. Normally it's just one, but if I feel like I need another one, I'll just do another one. I put honey in my coffee and then the creamer. So
Honey and creamer,
Right.
huh?
yep.
Check out Toyota Kirkland's huge selection of Camrys, RAV4s, Tacoma.
No,
That was
no.
I had 2 girlfriends. That was their names, Honey and Creamer.
Honey and cream.
Sounds about as likely as Nicotina and Caffeina.
Can't call
Yeah.
strippers girlfriends, Joe.
Oh,
Nicotine
okay.
and
The
caffeine.
rule is you can't touch them, but they can touch you.
Yep, just
That's
like
all
a
that
petting
counts.
zoo. Just like manatees.
Yep.
I saw a couple of strippers look like manatees too.
That's when you go to the strip club too early in the day.
Hey, Joe, whatever happened to your manatee deal?
Don't know. They were looking for it. They had Audubon Institute. They had people, everybody out there looking for it. They said it was making its way back out. So I don't know where it was making its way to, but it better got its butt out of here.
What, did you go and like film some manatees or something one day?
They had one right up here by the Causeway Bridge, and he was sitting there sleeping. And I took pictures of him and put a little video on it, and everybody started contacting me, wanting to know where it was. They needed to come save it and everything else.
Huh.
And they had Audubon Institute came out with their rescue team, and they said that they found it. I can't remember where they found it at, but they said that it was making its way back towards the Slidell area, like 17 miles away. And like I told the guy, I said, if you go back in Big Branch, they're back there all year long. And he says, I don't know how they could even live back here because it's too cold. I said, maybe they adapted, you know? If they live in here, they have adapted to it. You know, they'll just, I don't know.
Yeah, because I thought manatees had to have really warm areas, you know?
Well, I've seen them before. I mean, I've only seen them one other time here, and that was by Mandeville Harbor. That sucker, I was walking that little jetty they got walking out there, and one of them came up right next to me. I guess he came to see me. He came up and he come on top of the water and rolled over. And the way it came up so fast, I almost jumped off. I didn't know what the hell was coming out of the water.
Dusty said there's some place here in
XYZ
Florida
said Adam Savage
that they hang out at the water because there's some kind of power plant or something that dumps warm water into the water right there, and they like to hang out in there because it keeps them all warm.
There's a lagoon not too far from here. That's literally called Manatee Lagoon. You can go there and see a bunch of manatees.
Swim with the manatees?
Yeah, swim with the manatees. Yeah.
Yeah, you can swim with them. If you get caught touching them though,
don't touch them.
They can brush up against you all they want, but you're not supposed to reach out and touch them.
When you reach out and touch them, you're going to jail.
Yeah, they're serious about the manatees. Kelsey went a couple years in a row when she was in Girl Scouts. They did that as one of their things. They went swimming with the manatees.
You can feed them and stuff though, right?
I don't know about that, but I know you're not allowed to like touch them at all.
Yeah.
We saw a manatee. Was it the second drone meetup? Whenever they first changed the location to that bridge or whatever, there was me and Ron and a couple other people saw a manatee swimming right at the water's edge, on the wall there. I think Ron might have took some pictures of it. As Ron had his camera out and was taking pictures of the wildlife, and there was a manatee right along the wall there. Where you stand along the edge of the water.
They can get pretty big, can't they?
Yeah, they call them the cows of the sea because that's what they are. They're just big, docile cows. They're not mean or aggressive or anything. They're big and they like to swim around.
What do they eat? Like vegetation in the water?
Yeah, like
Yep.
lettuce and
Yeah.
like any kind of like leafy stuff.
Yeah,
They eat all
but
green, they all
they
vegetation.
they eat water vegetation. People will throw them cabbages, but they don't naturally. Their natural food source is not lettuces and cabbages.
No, Dustin.
So they're
Wait a
vegetarian.
minute.
Yes.
They're vegan. Vegetarians will drink, well,
Occasionally
milk
they'll
and
eat a
eggs.
cat, but mostly vegan.
How's
Yeah.
you still got the mini one, Dustin? How's that thing been treating you?
I only know the difference because I heard it on a
Oh.
movie last night.
So I guess you can't feed the manatees then.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. But you know, I don't know if they're federally protected or if that goes state by state.
It's federal.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think they're federally protected. Yeah.
Because there's certain
Yeah, it's
animals that
federal.
are only protected by states, like the sandhill cranes here. You can't hunt them here in Florida. You can't even touch them or anything. But up in like Idaho, where Sean lives, they actually hunt them. You can get tags for them, and they call them the ribeye of the sky because their
Which
meat
one?
looks just like a damn steak.
Sandhill
think it-
cranes.
Oh yeah.
You would think it was a beef steak. The picture Sean showed me, it looks like a fucking beef steak. He said it tastes very
Those
similar
are
to steak.
those birds with the red heads or whatever. Like I got
The
like
big
red.
tall gray ones, yeah, the ones that like to
Yeah.
stand in front of your car while you're trying to drive
Yeah.
down the road, begging you
Yeah.
to hit them.
They got the long legs, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and they have a big ass. Like, remember that raptor claw from the Jurassic Park movie?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They
Kept
have
showing
the-
the kid.
like
Yeah,
this.
the sandhill cranes have a big ass claw on their feet, and it looks just like the raptor claw from the movie. Sean's got a whole little like.
I would imagine if they get on the hood of your car, they'll scratch the shit out of it.
If your car, if they can see the reflection in your car, they will fuck a car up. I've seen them do it twice in the Walmart parking lot. If they
Where do
think
they
that
even
it's
come? Where
That'll
do
work.
they come from? Like, because I see I'm
The,
An
the
egg?
sky, the sky.
They, they,
An egg?
I was gonna
They
say,
come from the
beat me
sky.
to it.
it's like
They
asking
didn't,
where
Yeah.
clouds
they
come
didn't, they
from.
didn't
You walked
crawl
into
out
that
from
one.
under a rock.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I know that, but I mean,
They weren't
okay,
they weren't
when I-
born in a
when I used
cabbage
to work-
patch.
when I used to work at the Walgreens distribution center, like I would pull in and there'd be like 2 or 3 of them just like walking around in the parking lot, like where the heck do these guys come from?
They were coming for work.
Yeah, they were,
Probably.
I'm gonna say something, I'm gonna give Donald some fuel. And this is the photographer, I'm not a videographer. I know photography more, but it made sense. I got the Neo footage, and the Neo will let you do 4K 30. And I can't stand the Neo footage when it starts making turns because it gets messed up. So I said, well, maybe I'll just export it at 4K 60. It works. I was gonna say, oh yeah.
That makes you love it even more, right, Joe?
No, it makes me love it a little bit. Because if I can get it to not look crazy footage, you know?
Hey, Lloyd,
Now,
what do you
smart.
think about Joe's claiming that he doesn't like the Neo, but he's always
yeah, I know. I mean,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
does protest too much.
Now today it doesn't look bad.
Yeah.
But it's also made it 4K 60.
He's just trying to throw us off.
Yes,
He doesn't
he
want
is.
us to know how
Yeah,
much.
that's
he-
exactly right. Yeah, we're getting to know Joe.
Well, look, I mean, he sends out all these pictures and stuff, with it. So it's like, okay, well, yeah, go ahead and
Yeah.
say you don't like it.
Still got a little blur when it turn, but it's more natural.
I'm beginning to think we need to get one of those, sign Joe up for one of them cheese clubs, so he'll have some cheese to go with his wine.
Yeah, there you go.
Where'd that go?
Cheese.
He's just going to ignore me.
And Lloyd, I was beginning to like it, you know?
It's not easy being cheesy.
looks like they're
I
sending
was
but-
beginning to like you, but now
Yeah,
we
I
got to
know.
step back a
Well,
little.
I usually I somehow or another I always do that to people. I get to just that point where they just start to like me, and then I offend the hell out of them, and it's like, you know. But that's all right. I can live with it.
It's
I
all
like
right.
myself enough for both of us.
I'm still working on liking Justin. So
Well, yeah, that's a hard case right there. You know, that's
Oh,
a
yeah, very
hard,
much so.
you
It
know.
looks like they're sending 1,500 more troops down to the southern border.
yeah, you're gonna have 3,000 altogether.
All right. Well, good. Yeah, and they were picking up, ICE was picking up people yesterday and the day before. And boy, they listed the countries they came from, and there's a whole crap load that were not from South America.
Well, Florida
Afghan-
wants to be able to enact arresting them just because of that. So they want pretty much they said they're waiting for the federal government to tell them it's okay. And then when the police pull you over, if you're illegal, that's just the case right there to arrest you.
How's that,
They'll just
TJ?
hold you.
That's pretty good. That's a good one.
Now,
Well,
if you notice where the sun's hitting, the stuff's melting. That's in the
Mhm.
shade of the building over here.
yeah.
So in the shade of the building, it's staying, but it's starting to melt everywhere. Because we got a little bit above freezing yesterday, and we're right at freezing right now. We're going up.
What apron and hat is he wearing?
I have no idea. It looks like a cape. This is footage
Oh,
off
yeah,
the
I guess
video.
I guess it does look like a
Looks
cape,
like
I
a
guess.
Superman cape they put on him.
Yeah,
It's
that's
probably
pretty
it's,
good.
it's probably mom's work apron, and she went to look for it, and she's like, "Where did my
Oh,
apron
there
go?"
it
And
is.
walks
There's
outside like,
Tracy
"I'm
Spielman
gonna
out
kill
there.
that kid."
Shoot, I had an apron they could have put on it. It was what you call it, my nephew's restaurant. It's got Vucinovich's on the front. And take a picture and give it to him. Yeah, he was in the Rex parade one year. They had I don't know how he knew somebody in the Rex organization. They let him put a
Right.
truck in the Rex parade. And it was like a food truck.
Right?
And he's standing in the front throwing out aprons saying Vucinovich's restaurant. He said he threw out 5,000 aprons.
Oh,
He
that
said the
costs some
business
money.
Yeah, he said, well, he don't care. He said the business picked up for the next 3 months.
Yep. Good
And
marketing.
they said it was the best advertisement he ever did. Well, I'll tell you, he lives right in a place called Venetian Isles, where he's got a boat, 2 boats right there on the water. And he called us and said, "You want to go fishing? Yeah, let's go." We get the kids down there. He'd bring the boat around, put $100 worth of gas in it, take off. The next day he'd be out, put another $100 worth of gas in it, take off. But I mean, and he used that gas because it wasn't going close. You got to go all the way up Breton Sound or something. It takes 35 minutes to get to it, or 40 minutes to get to it, you know. But that's how he the money's nothing. He owns the restaurant and he owns a reception hall. So it's nothing about the money.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I don't even go there. I try not to go there that much because he will not let me pay for anything.
Yeah. I
You know,
can
and I
see.
tell him, yeah, the last time I went in there, I ordered 1 sandwich. I gave him a $20 bill like this. And I said, "Just give me my change back." And he said, "I'll throw it in the bag." I said, "No, give me my change back." Like that. I said, "If you want to throw the change in the bag, throw it." He gave me a bag when I left. It had a sandwich for every kid, sandwich for me, and my money. But that's him, you know?
Yeah.
But
There's guys like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't seen him in a while. And I come walking in, I come walking behind the counter, and I sit down next to him. And he looks over at me and says, "Oh, you lost?" He said, "Boy, you lost?" He said, "'Cause I haven't seen you in so long, you got to be lost." But he's my nephew, and he's 7 years younger than me. And he
I got a nephew
works
like
his
that too. Yeah.
butt off.
Yeah. Yeah. My nephew's a cattle rancher out in New Mexico, right there on the edge of Texas. Matter of fact, I think part of his ranch is over in Texas. So
Yeah, Paul, you didn't see it. Last snowman probably in our area.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that one's gonna melt down today. All the other ones were small and they were already melted. Or
Who
melting.
made that?
There was a couple of people in my other video when I flew around here the other day. They were right here. They were doing it.
That's cool. What you ought to do is crop it and blow it up.
I got it on my video. I flew right by it. That's the one I almost hit, TJ.
Oh, that's the one you, okay.
I'll show you how close I got to it. Let me show you.
yeah, you did all this with the Neo, right?
It is the
Yeah.
Neo.
Yeah. And here he is showing us all this stuff,
Oh,
but
wow,
yet he
you got
doesn't
pretty
like the
close.
Neo.
Come close
Yeah,
to it,
but-
didn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got
he's
pretty
flying that
close.
drone that he doesn't like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the one that doesn't like.
right. And he keeps
Well,
showing
I
us
did
pictures
that for
from
a
it.
purpose. Ron Brown asked Johnny last night to fly the Neo in 16 degrees. And we were supposed to be 16 degrees this morning. I told him I'll go out and fly it.
And
And
it flew just fine.
It was 22 degrees.
And it
Ah.
flew just fine, right?
A little jerky still.
That's
You
know,
probably
it's got
operator
that
error
little-
right
It was
there.
a little
response
bit
to
of,
jerky.
hey, Lloyd, it was a little bit of pilot jerky, but yes.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
Right.
You know, not enough coffee or too much coffee in the morning. Yeah.
I don't think it was enough.
Oh, is that what it was? Not enough coffee? Yeah.
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 Plus,
yeah.
plus he's cold, so naturally it's gonna, you know, gonna
We'll
do
show you
that.
the igloo they built.
Hey, Lance, you're on mute. You know that.
Here's the igloo the couple the girl and her dad across the hall built. See. Look how big this thing is.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, my. What is
You got Mardi Gras beads hanging off of it.
What happened to the head?
What is that? What is that they made right there? Just some like little sculpture, and they just there's some
No, it's
beads
an,
and
it's an igloo.
It's an
It's
igloo.
an igloo.
oh,
You can walk right through here and you walk inside.
oh,
That's
okay.
the people that live right here.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
See, that's my apartment right here, and they live right here.
Oh,
So they
that's neat.
Yeah, you
and
can see
the
Joe
girl
in the background
can
there.
walk through it. It's
I
pretty
couldn't even-
pretty tall.
I couldn't even see
Pretty
the
tall.
inside until you pointed it out.
Pretty tall.
Tall enough for Joe
You
to
can
get
see
into.
right there how
Anyways,
it
look
goes
at
in.
There you go. There
Oh,
he is.
oh, that's the opening. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
Joe standing there with
Yeah,
the
there's
controls.
Joe right
Yeah,
there. Yeah.
yeah. But I was
See, he
looking
could
at
get
the-
into it easy. I mean, he, you know, look at
Yeah,
how
I can
short
walk
he is.
straight into it.
Look at how short he is
pretty
compared
cool.
to that igloo. You know,
Mm.
Again, step back.
it's like a
Art.
hobbit.
Step back. It's a step back. I don't look like Art there.
Go aside.
Let me get that off so I won't give y'all any more fuel. Yeah, I tell you, I might be a little happier with it. Now, I'll tell you one thing. When I got out there today, it took 4 minutes to get 10 satellites. That is
Yeah.
aggravating.
Well,
Yeah,
you know,
that can happen.
It's
well,
aggravating.
was it the Mavic 3 Pro or the Mavic 3, whichever one it was? That had a problem getting satellites for a long time. They finally did an upgrade to the software and it started coming in.
Well, they
Well,
need to
that's the-
get an upgrade on this.
Yeah.
That's a
It's ju-
strange one. I actually had a Mavic 3 2 weeks after they were released.
Mhm.
And I actually never had satellite issues down here in Australia.
Yeah.
It always lined up straight away. So but by the time I'd actually reached down, powered it on, and got back up and got to where I'd normally stand to actually launch the
Right.
drone, so that so you got that little bit of a safety net in case something goes wrong. during the
Right.
launch. Yeah, she was always there with her full lot of satellites. So I never saw the issues that you guys were getting. And
Yeah,
um,
Chuck, boy, he was there for a while. That's all he would talk about. And, okay, Chuck, we
yeah,
know you can't get satellites. He was pretty upset over it, and I probably would have been too, but as long as it pops up and says I got satellites, I'm happy to take off. It's
yeah,
like, I fly the Avata, so it's like low on the ground anyway, so it's not really
yeah.
a big
But no,
deal.
it just surprised me that you guys actually had a lot of problem with it. And
It,
everyone that actually owned one down here never saw that.
has probably a different set of satellites and the software to pick up on,
Yeah.
because the satellites that you use are probably closer to the ones that they use in China.
Well, we would actually have part of the Chinese constellation available to us.
Yeah.
But the normal GPS, yes, we got a full amount of those. Plus, we've also got the European system over the top of us. So, between the three,
Get a
you
drink.
can guarantee you're not going to have a problem. The only one we don't see, we very rarely see the satellites come up for is the Russian system.
Right.
Apparently, there's has a tendency of falling in and out of lock. So, I don't mind not getting them. Yeah, but I never had an issue because well, as I said, it was 2 weeks after it was released that I actually got one.
Right. Yeah, I knew you got one fairly early.
Yeah. And I've never had a problem with it. It's a very, very reliable drone.
Right.
Yet I had the original Air 2, which I actually sold off to someone to help them out to get back in the air after they had a small mini mishap.
Right.
They tried to fly their mini off and look at the cliffs from another side, and they forgot that there's a little bit more wind up there, and of course,
Right.
when the wind actually hits the cliffs, it actually goes vertical. And his drone flew away. But yeah, I sold him the Air 2 because and that was only a couple of weeks after getting the Mavic 3. The Mavic 3 fulfilled all the needs that I needed. So
Yeah, I think
I
I remember
found
when
a
you
good
got that
home
Mavic 3.
I'd have found a good home for the Air 2 to go off to, which I'd never been upset with.
Right.
I never had a problem with that either. So, we'll just have to wait till slightly later on down this year, and see what Mr. DJI is going to give us in the way of a Mavic 4. Because I think
Yeah.
it
I
won't now
want to
come
see the
out.
Pro.
Yeah, the Pro will be at least another 18 months off, but the Mavic 4 should be out with a SYN version sometime straight after Chinese New Year. So they had that big the big run of releases that they've just completed. Actually, they've got a camera with a gimbal coming out in the next week, and that's the last launch before they actually go into to their Chinese New Year holiday.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
But the Mavic 4 wasn't quite 100% ready, so they wanted to make sure it was ready. So they haven't rushed it out like they have with all the others. And here comes Birdman by the things.
Oh,
Anybody heard about the bird?
Yes, that bird.
Bird is
Thinking
the
like that, he hasn't
word.
heard about
Bird
it.
is the word, yeah.
Bird is
Oh,
the
look, there's
word.
Lance.
What's the other one? No. Do.
Well, I think he's
Looks like it's starting to get light over there, Lance.
Yeah, it is. You see the mountain?
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, it's I think sunrise. Someone can look real quick. I think it's like at 7:40 or something like that. And it's 7:23 now.
Yes, well, you guys have got the problems on the West Coast again, I hear. Another big fire burning over there. Hit our
Yeah.
news over here. Even beat your new president at the lead story again. So that's got to be saying something.
Wait, they got a new president? Never heard about that one.
Oh, that old president that's come back again.
It's just a repeat.
Yeah, this is version 2.
Yeah, reruns.
Yep.
So a small fire just outside of San Diego, but they think they can contain that one. But we'll see.
Well, I thought I heard that one had broke out there again in Los Angeles area.
I heard that as well. Another one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's leading on our news earlier on here, which yeah, at this time of the year, you guys getting those types of fires makes you wonder what you're actually going to get when you get to fire season.
Well, they've got the fires, they've got the snow, you've got the heat, but we've got the gift from America. Winds of up to 250 miles an hour.
Oh, goody. We aren't
yeah.
leaving you out.
No, we're on a red warning.
No. This is where you go out and you get your parasail.
Yeah.
And go power
And play. You mean go out and play Mary Poppins?
Yeah. Yeah, but put it this way, you'll get it. Yeah, you might end up in Frogland.
Going the wrong way. Well, we're heading towards Russia.
They'll greet you anyway. They'll probably have you shot down, but I wouldn't blame them.
Yeah, the British are invading.
Yes. No.
They reckon if anyone leaving America tonight heading to the UK will arrive in the UK an hour and a half earlier than normal. Yeah. And anyone going the other way, they will arrive in America around about 2 hours to 3 hours later than normal. Because of the crosswinds.
Yep. That does it.
Yeah. You just see Gitchy moving off the runway. We are now departing Detroit Airport and we're in Heathrow.
Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Heathrow. We are a little bit early, so please stay on board for your meal service that we were supposed to get to you.
Yeah, you can sit out here on the tarmac and have your complimentary package of peanuts.
No, that's serve peanuts on planes anymore.
No.
Pretzels.
Yeah, I know. People are allergic to them. You know what? It's one of the things. People didn't used to be allergic to all this stuff. It's like, what's going on with, it's like stuff that people are allergic to. It's like, you never heard about that when I was a kid. You ate whatever there was, and
but when you shut up, right? It's like back in my day, right? If I did something wrong, I was just called a little shit. Yeah. Today, they have to be on some sort of spectrum. They have to be something. They can't just call it what it is. Little twat syndrome,
Yeah.
right?
And I put it down to the fact that a lot of these kids aren't being brought up with that kind. They don't get to try peanuts at an early
Yeah.
age. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not trying some of these foodstuffs at an early age, which, if they had any type of problem,
It would have been picked up.
But it would be picked up, but the body has the availability to go ahead and create an immunity to it. In other words,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
literally go ahead and bring in its own defenses, and all that training happens in the first 2 to 3 years of from birth.
Yeah.
That's when your body actually goes ahead and says, kind of cool. I've got a bit of a peanut allergy. I can fix that, and does all the repair work.
Yeah.
So that you don't come down with all these problems.
Yeah,
So-
it's because some scientist somewhere in the world decided that peanut butter isn't good for children, so we can't give it to children, or whatever. They just, and now all these kids, I was like you said, when I was acted up, I was just being a little shit, but now they've got,
Yeah,
was
they
it
got different.
ADHD or
Yeah.
yeah,
There are
attention
some
deficit,
kids.
yeah.
Yeah, there are some kids that genuinely do have learning
Yeah.
difficulties, behavioral difficulties. Yeah, they are on the autism spectrum and ADHD and whatever.
Right, yeah.
But now, so many people. It's like back in the 80s when people wanted to be off on the sick. Yeah, instead of claiming, the genuine, I just don't feel like coming in today. It's I've got a bad back.
Yeah.
And then everybody overplayed it, and now the genuine people that do have bad backs can't get the help. Yeah,
Mhm.
because everyone's playbacked in the back, and they're doing the same with mental health now, and
Yeah.
everything has to be overplayed. Yeah,
Well,
'cause
yeah,
everybody wants a diagnosis,
right.
right?
Right.
From
And
the moment they're born, right? Especially over here, I don't know about in America and Australia, but from the moment they're born, if they've got a diagnosis, they can claim extra money,
Oh yeah.
and that's what it's all
Okay.
about.
Well, to give you
Yeah.
some idea, a family I do know, the parents were convinced that their child's got ADHD or whatever, and
One of the
they went
alphabets,
they went doctor shopping to try and to get them to do to
find a
Um,
doctor that will give them
find
the
a doctor
diagnosis.
that will actually agree with the diagnosis, not
Yeah.
a doctor that will actually go ahead and diagnose the problem. They
Right.
were looking for a doctor that will agree with their diagnosis so that
Yeah.
they can actually go and claim all the little benefits and all the other bits and
Right.
pieces.
Yeah.
The
those are
over- See, when I go to the doctors now, yeah, they're always trying to push
Go
it
in.
onto something that can easily be brought under one umbrella. It's like, no, I want to know exactly what it is. I'm having seizures. You can't just say they're non-epileptic seizures or they're epileptic seizures. Yeah, the
Yeah.
one or the other. Right?
Yep.
Decide what causes them, because that way I can maybe able to learn how to stop them. Right? Well, they're
Yeah.
just going, take this medication, go away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna get better. I'm just gonna keep having them, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause
the-
I
And
have
there's
a-
this
I have a friend who lives in Georgia, and she has seizures too. But like, I understand like people with seizures can't drive. I understand that, but at the same time, they can still work and stuff. But
Oh, yeah.
I think
whoa.
In some jobs.
It depends, TJ. Some
Yeah.
seizures, if you've got control of your seizures, you know when they're going to happen, you know the triggers and everything else. Yes,
right, yeah,
you're right. Some people can work. However, people like me, some epileptics, stuff like that, they have more than one seizure
Right.
a day. Some people have seizures that are not, there's no warning to them, no nothing, they're uncontrolled. So, they can't work because
Yeah.
answer this question, TJ. Right? Somebody
Yeah,
comes to work
answer
at
that, TJ.
your shop, right?
Right.
And they're lifting up heavy objects,
Ready to complete.
right? Are you willing to work right next to them if they're going to have a seizure and drop that product on your head?
Yeah.
Come to think
Health
about
and
it, probably,
safety.
probably not, because that's like
Yeah,
I
health
mean,
and safety.
but-
Health and
but
safety
it's-
dictates.
Yeah.
I guess you can. I
And
guess like people that don't know when it's gonna happen, they can't control it. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
depending on the
Uncontrolled
severity of
seizures.
their,
yeah.
Yeah, you see, my seizures, I tend not to have them during this time. I do have the odd one every now and again. I've had them on stream where I've just gone over and stuff. Yeah, but my seizures are all different. Some are shaking, some are not. Some are just staring into space.
right?
Some of them I just completely black out and hit the floor and get back up. I'm like, what the fuck? Just carry on.
Yeah.
There's so many different ways a seizure can affect you, right?
Yeah.
What job can I do, right? Can I go and work in a factory where I put people at risk if I fall into a machine? Yeah. Do I go and work in a supermarket where not only are they operating heavy machinery, moving stuff around, right? They're lifting stuff onto shelves and taking it down, right? So I'm putting the customers at risk and the other staff. I could have a
Yeah.
seizure and knock the shelves over.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
cousin's wife, she worked at a grocery store as a checkout, and she had seizures quite often, and but she didn't have like she would have the grand mal every so often, but not, it wasn't, most of hers were just the petit mal, the, like you said, the staring into space.
Yeah.
And with her, what they did is they went in and did a complete brain scan of her, because there's a surgery, there's a spot in the brain that triggers the seizures. And if you've only got, they have, some people have multiple spots, some people only have one,
Yep.
She was lucky that she only had the one, so they went in there and they just zapped that part out, and it stopped her seizures.
The
problem
only
was-
slight issue with that, now they won't do them sort of treatments because they know if they fuck that up, they fucked you up for life.
Well, and that was a side effect, it affected her memory, and she has like a type of aphasia, in other words, she can't, she looks at the refrigerator and says, he says to her husband, would you go get me a glass of milk out of the oven? To her, she's looking at it, she knows what it is. Sometimes she just stops and she can't think of what the word is, and
That's what I mean.
it-
Treatments are not always better than the thing. My seizures, like they tell me, won't kill me. Yeah. They're not severe enough,
right,
dangerous enough to kill me.
Yeah.
However, the fall and the objects around me are my problem.
Yeah.
Right? If I have a seizure and I hit my head on the corner of a unit, it's
That'll
good night
kill you.
Vienna.
I would,
Right.
I had,
And
when I had
that's the
seizures.
issue working in an office or and stuff. They're not going to give me the space that I would need if I'm having a seizure to be able to fall back and have the space to have the seizure. Yeah, they
but,
won't do that.
But we can give you a work from home job.
Doing what?
Monitoring on the internet, security cameras or whatever. Although if you actually drop over, they're going, you're going to probably be as good as the ones that the people they've got doing it at the moment.
Yeah, the other problem is you have a seizure at that one wrong moment when there's an incident that you need to be aware of. You're screwed.
Not necessarily.
There's arguments for, arguments against. Yes, would I like to work? Hell yes. Would I want to sit here all day? Hell no. right?
Hmm.
But do I want to put anyone at risk? No, I don't, right? Now, you say work from home. I've already looked into this. The government have looked into this for me, and they said, no, your property is not big enough, right? And also, you would void your insurance. Even doing looking at a monitor screen job, you void your home insurance because suddenly you're now working from home.
Yeah,
And
home office.
you
yeah.
have to have
So
all the extras that come with it.
the space that you and Laura have, like it's not enough space for you to work from home.
It's not enough room to swing a budgie, never mind a cat.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's-
look,
we're in the UK, right?
yeah.
Our whole house is probably the size of your freaking kitchen.
yeah.
Right? We're crammed in.
Yeah, you've got
And they're getting smaller.
The smaller homes over there. You see, we've got the problem that we've got a lot of people that during COVID worked from home because they
Yeah.
needed the computer connect up and they were able to do whatever.
Yeah.
But the problem being it was
Getting them back into
to
the
work
office.
afterwards.
Yeah. And a lot of
it-
them are actually voiding their insurance, not avoiding the tenancies, avoiding the mortgages, because it clearly states in your mortgage you can't use your property for a business. Yeah, it's in your rental agreement. You cannot use your property for a business. Yeah, it says in
Yeah.
your insurance you can't use your property for a business, because once you start using it for a business, yeah, you're attracting people to you, right? You can attract trouble to you. If somebody say like I took the job that Trevor said, looking at cameras, right? I'm just there spotting criminals. Criminals are like, that's the fucker where he lives. We're going to target him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But kind of you've got the point that nobody would actually know that you're the one that's doing it because of the fact that you're off there in internet never.
Yeah, you're correct there, Jim, and that's something that I think is going to come back to bite me, because when I had that operation this time last year, yeah, I've started losing feeling in my left arm. Part of my left arm is now literally done for. Yeah. So they can't find anything in my arm that's the problem. Yeah. And I actually think it's in the spinal cord where they did the operation, because I can feel it. Yeah. I can feel where they did the operation. I've always been able to feel it. Yeah.
Right.
So it's not affecting me there. Yeah. But it's obviously the nerve will go up and through my arm.
Hmm.
How long ago did you have an operation, David? I didn't even really know about that until you said
This time
something.
last year.
Oh,
I was in hospital for a few days.
oh.
A minor problem.
Yeah. I went to A&E for a cyst in the back passage, which, you know, is normally a relatively minor procedure. However, when they found the cyst, it was a lot bigger than expected and a lot higher up and more towards the spinal cord, and it was actually touching the spinal cord.
Hmm.
So they said that I would need the operation. They prepped me for the operation. And when the surgeon had a look at it, she actually popped the cyst and she went, "You don't need the operation anymore. You can go home." And then the next day, there was blood everywhere. I mean, it looked like something out of a horror movie. And I had to go
Yeah.
back to hospital, and they was like, "You ain't going nowhere." Boom. I even had to sign a waiver to say that this operation comes with risks of paralyzation and even death and all that crap.
Oh yeah, we sign that. We sign those kind of waivers all the time. You go in for you got to sign a waiver like that for a colonoscopy. It's like,
You do that
Yeah.
when you go get your tooth filled. What you talking about?
yeah, your tooth filled. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Over
So-
here, because everybody, and the problem is everybody files a lawsuit for anything that goes wrong.
Yes. Well, I'm the other way of, well, I think a few people over here are, you know, I see it that the NHS is free to me, right? And the doctors and nurses are doing a great job just trying to get me better, right? And things will go wrong. Things will go wrong, whether I like it or not. it will happen. As long as it hasn't affected me greatly, I'm not gonna say that this harm hasn't affected me, because it has, but I can still live my life. I'm fine. Yeah, I'll just get on. Yeah, if you put me in a wheelchair, then it's a different story. Because obviously then I would need money to do adaptions and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, but I do know what you're saying. There is a lot of word is blamed as a claim everywhere now.
Yeah.
People.
It's like
we
a
know
case-
people that have nut allergies that are deliberately going to restaurants, and the person they're with orders something with nuts in it. They don't, and then you just put a bit of that food onto the other plate. They eat it. They go, "Oh, no reaction," poof, and they're trying to sue the restaurant.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah.
No, but it's like we had a case here in South Australia about 4 or 5 years ago, where people that that had leukemia were getting chemotherapy, and the dose of the medication was very minutely smaller than what was recommended.
Right.
And subsequently, when the chemotherapy didn't work, these people got together and actually did a lawsuit to actually sue for that because the government hadn't done it right. But it was a case that we had it in this state, but New South Wales, Victoria, two of our other states also had exactly the same problem. They'd been given incorrect advice as to what the dose should actually be, and even though this hadn't cost the patient a single red cent, and was to try and extend a life that they were on, that they tried every other medication and every other way of controlling it, and it hadn't worked. So they're technically it's their last chance, and they went and ended up suing the government because they didn't quite get the dose that they think they should have got.
Well, Brenda just said she had a nerve test yesterday. Hope it all went well, Brenda, and she had to sign a form as well.
Yeah. Now it's getting that way now that if you do get a procedure done or whatever, you've got to sign a form that you won't go and sue the doctor afterwards, because
a lot of good medical procedures come out of the UK, right? And it's not because we have any extra specialists or anything like that. It's because our NHS has procedures in place. A lot of people understand the fact that mistakes happen, and if a mistake doesn't happen, no one's gonna learn.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. Unfortunately, it's one of those downsides. I could go in for a relatively simple operation, say have a finger removed and end up, losing my leg. Yeah. Got to learn from it. Yeah. Don't switch next time.
But yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem we're actually having. I live in a country town. We've got a population of about 18,000 people. We've got a
How
nice
many?
hospital. About 18,000.
Oh, 18.
That's the
I thought
start
you
block.
said 80. I was going to say, oh, that's not down.
18,000. That's like this is just this little housing estate. The whole of Basildon has 180,000 in it.
Yeah. So we're in a small country town. Our casualty department, if you go present there after hours, you get $130 bill on top of the consult fee. It's to try and stop people who actually were sick during the day that didn't go see a doctor, going up there and actually pulling the doctors back in, because all the doctors that actually consult at the hospital are actually have got their own private practices around town.
Yeah. Well, this is what we have an issue over here. We're just talking now. We're we got a lot of American interference where they say we want American style, you know, healthcare over here. They don't realize, you know, you go in after hours, you're getting charged extra. You want an ambulance, you're getting charged extra. Everything down to the ink in the pen is charged. Where over here,
Oh yeah.
you know, if I have a seizure at 3 a.m, an ambulance will come and pick me up and take me to the hospital. It costs me jack shit.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
Same
but-
at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's just all free.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, we get billed for all that. You know, it's like with Judy, we had the ambulance here. Well, it was a total of 6 times over that last 2 months, 3 months she was alive. And I didn't get billed for any of that, but she had good insurance. She had Medicare, plus she had veterans insurance through my VA and disability. So
yeah.
But
no.
did you have to pay for that insurance?
No, well, she had to pay for the Medicare. The VA side was she got that as a spouse of a disabled veteran, you know. So
All right.
Yeah.
but that was the it paid 70% of everything, and then when she turned 65, they said, well, you got to take Medicare, and then you can be used to like my aunt and my mom both during time period, because they were both drawing on that. It's called CHAMP VA, Civilian Hospital and Patient something or another. Anyways, and it only pays 70%, but you know, it pays 70% on everything, your medicines and all of that. Well, when they turned 65, well, then they had to switch over to Medicare, and they lost that. But then the VA came in and said, "Now we'll set you up. We'll be a supplement insurance for you then." So, and I got a bill from and Medicare was behind, and I got a bill for Judy here a while back for like $65, and I'm thinking, I haven't got a bill for any of the rest of this stuff. Why is this? So I just and they threatened to turn it over to election. They said, did you file with her secondary insurance? Oh, she's got to say, yeah, it was all right. And it was for somebody who looked at an x-ray, you know, and it was like my cost of it
Hey,
was
I'll see you guys later. I got some stuff to take care of. I'll see
All
y'all
right.
later.
Okay. Bye, TJ.
Hey, TJ.
Pack it in, TJ.
We're boring. We're old people talking about our medical issues now.
But going back to my story, if I was over in Adelaide, nice big city, it's totally free to go into casualty and get seen by a doctor 24 hours a day. Now, we brought up that they should bring that in, that should be brought in over in Adelaide like they've got here, and everyone decked up in arms. So, but what should we have to pay for this, and et cetera? Well, they're not going and seeing their own doctor first. They're actually going straight to casualty, and
Right.
it's causing casualty to be literally totally overloaded. And this would be a way of solving the problem, because people would think twice before going to casualty. They would actually go to see their own doctor in the first case.
Well, our GPs are free, our casualty is free, everything is free, but our casualty departments are overwhelmed. Yeah. And it's not where our sticking point is. It's not overwhelmed because of more people getting sick. It's because the social services on the other end are not there in place. So if I ended up in hospital and I needed to be moved on back to home, I'm well enough to go home, but I need something in place, handrails,
right?
Something like that. That can tie me up in hospital until it's done, right?
Yeah.
And you got all the different departments and all the different people talking crap, red paper, cutting scissors, and all this
Yes,
shit,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
And it's just blocking up the hospitals, you know. And I came up with an idea. Why don't we have a hotel style system right next to the hospital where literally I'm well enough to go home, right? But the stuff is not in place. But
Yeah.
they can move me into this place where I have my own room, literally same as I would in the hospital. There'll be nurses up and down, attending to my needs like they do in hospital, or like they would do at home, right? And I'm out of
Right.
the way of the hospital, in there, and then move from there back to the home, like a departure lounge sort of thing. But
Yeah.
Right.
you've got the nurses and the care, and that
Yeah.
way it frees up the bed then for a sick person, you know, because we can't
Right.
keep having sick people laying in A&E, yeah, waiting to be seen by a doctor.
Yeah. A lot of
Hey,
our
Lloyd.
hospitals have stuff like that. Matter of fact, with Judy, when that morning when we talked to him about hospice, they were going to transfer to a what's referred to as a rehab facility. It was, it's not a nursing home. It's like you said, it's a hotel, but it has nursing staff there
Yes.
for all the medical needs. But we wanted her to bring her home, so that's what we did. And she had a great hospice nurse that got all that arranged quickly. So, but it had it been more drawn out, and she needed medical attention, even though she was on hospice. They would have.
Well, we've got
They would have
people that have
transferred
been
her.
in the hospital over here, but been in hospital for nearly 6 years. And the reason they're in hospital, they're good to go home. Yeah. The
Right.
reason they're stuck in hospital is because the home that they live in is not wheelchair friendly, or doesn't have access, can't get a bed in there. So they're stuck in there, and the councils don't cast them as a priority for rehousing because they've got a property. They don't understand that housing need is blocking the hospital. Yeah.
Right.
When that bed is now out of action for anyone that's sick, genuinely
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
Our
Well,
biggest.
but you look at it when I had my small heart failure a couple of years back. I
Right.
spent nearly 3.5 weeks in the Royal Adelaide Hospital, and then they at the end of that they went ahead, they released me from there, and I was back to find my own way home. There's no help, etc. I had to go and find a flight to get to actually get home, and then see my doctor over here when I got back over here. So it's we don't get any of that. They just chuck you out once you're well enough. They chuck you out the front door.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. So most people, like when I had COVID, right, they literally said 7 o'clock in the morning, you're too unwell to be at home, but
Right.
you're also seriously unwell that you can't go on to the heart wards because you've got COVID. Yeah. If you go on the heart wards, you pass it to everyone else. You're going to take quite a few people out. So they said you have to take the latter option, which is go home. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
not a problem. And they went, we'll give you all your medication, everything you need, and you just go home. So I got all my medication, got all the stuff, and then the guy just went, see ya. And I was looking, I was
Yeah.
like, I've got COVID. At the time, yeah, because I had COVID, I weren't allowed to get a taxi, weren't allowed to get a bus.
Yep.
Yeah. And I was like, the hell am I going to do? We weren't even allowed to mingle with each other. So I had to
Yeah.
walk. Yeah. Now, from the hospital to where I was living back then was 2-hour walk. 2 hours into that walk, I weren't even halfway home, and I just literally fell to the floor. I couldn't walk any further. COVID was really kicking my ass. And this guy pulled up, and he was like, I don't care about COVID rules. He said, where are you going? And I was like, nope, get away from me. I've got COVID. Stay away, And luckily, Laura's dad also had COVID at the time. Yeah, he came and picked me up and took me the rest of the way. Yeah, but that was an oversight by the hospital. Normally, they will provide you with transport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but that, as I said, knowing the fact that I was in Adelaide and I'm 210 kilometers as the crow flies away from my home, and I can't walk direct as the crow flies to
Yeah.
get here.
Well, you can, but you might piss somebody off when you walk through the living room. Excuse me, coming through.
No. I might have a little bit of a water problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a 7-hour road trip to get home.
Well, have you never heard? I'm sorry, Trevor, but have you never heard of the? I think America have this as well, where they tell you to be emergency prepared. You know, have a pair of pajamas. You know, all your medication and all that ready in case you have an emergency. You know, why didn't you have a wetsuit, scuba diving kit, all that, so you could make your own way home?
Okay. To give you some idea, you need to know exactly how it happened. I was at the Adelaide airport. Our flight had been delayed twice already. They were having technical issues with the plane, and when they finally called the flight for boarding, we had a nice long walk out to the plane because it's only a regional commuter. Gets on the plane, gets in my seat and everything, and the pilot started cranking the engine over and over. And normally you know the routine, the thing spins a certain amount, and then you actually hear it take on its own power. Well, we never got to that bit, and the engine spun down, and we were all told to leave the plane. Well, when I actually got out of the seat, I got a slight giddy spell, and I thought, oh, no, that's minor. Got to the stairs, got to the bottom of the stairs, and that was the last thing I remember. I'd actually collapsed on the ground, and it was just lucky for me that where I'd actually collapsed, I was about only 15 meters away from the what's known as the MedStar helicopter loading area where they do all the medical retrievals.
Right.
And one of those doctors came across, and they did CPR and everything, and then they ended up using the helicopter to fly me across to the hospital. So I got fairly well gold treatment to get to the hospital, and they got me back. They got me back running, but it was a case that yes, I'd been feeling slightly off color most of the day, but most people would if they've been sitting around for 8 hours in an airport terminal on a bloody hard seat. That's normal. And of course, I was coming home from a deployment, so I'd actually had 4 or 5 days of actually sleeping in not ideal conditions and actually working long hours, and then back they call them camp stretches that we're actually sleeping on. So it wasn't the most comfortable week. So I was actually coming home off that deployment, and yeah, I was technically feeling worn out, and that would be normal. You'd expect to be worn out after doing what I'd been doing, and turns out that I had a blood clot that actually decided to move when I finally got out of the seat on the plane. It decided to start moving, and it took until I got to the front door, and I, as I said, it was technically lights out. I got that little giddy spell as I got up, but we'll just put that down to being I got up too quick.
Right, yeah.
And I got to the door and dropped. So I really didn't have. I was in uniform because we were actually. I was actually And that was apart from my uniform, I had my overalls with me and my boots. So that was in the bag that I actually had. So really, I didn't have the opportunity to actually pack everything I'd actually need for a hospital stay, or even actually return home after the hospital stay. Because the problem is I couldn't fly with a commercial airline until such times as the doctor would actually sign a certificate to say that guaranteed that I wouldn't drop dead again. And kind of been very, very, very hard to actually book a ticket at the Adelaide airport when I was probably the talk of the airport for with that particular airline for the next couple of weeks.
Right.
So everyone would have known about it. So yeah, so I was lucky that I ended up I stayed at a place in Adelaide, and they went ahead and said they've got an aircraft moved to that they've got to move an aircraft from one location to another, and I said, "Oh, you're going back to Lincoln?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Can I grab a ride?" And that's how I got home.
Oh, wow.
Otherwise, I'd have had a 12-hour journey on a bus, and really, that would have been guaranteed a return of heart attack, guaranteed.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's one of those things. Living out here in the country, whilst I like the place, etc., it does have some really bad disadvantages, and as I go on in age and get I've only a couple of years off retirement. Well, as I get on in age, I'm going to have that problem. Do I go ahead and live here and run the risk of having a medical system that can't take care of most items? They've actually got to send them by plane off to Adelaide, or do I go ahead and pack my bags and actually move across and get a house over in Adelaide? So yeah, it's
Well,
I've spoken to the Adelaideans, and they've said no, you can't move there. Sorry.
Don't worry, there's times when my boss actually
they don't want your type there. They're friendly to the British, and you try to send us snow and you dumped it on America, and you've got to pay the price. You have to stay where you are.
Yeah.
Our biggest problem.
My boss is a bit like that at times. I go over to Adelaide for conferences and stuff like that, and before I leave, I make sure that I drop a few grenades and then actually leave town and get out of town so that they've got to clean it all up over there.
Yeah.
So
our biggest problem with our medical here, it's getting into. Yeah, I mean, you go into emergency, or what you guys call casualty. You go into the emergency room, and you may be in there for 3 days because they don't have a room available up on the main floor of the hospital. And it's not because there's so many people in there. It's because they don't have enough nurses to cover all the rooms that they have there. And
guess what?
They just built a brand new ER, and building all
this
that.
Is this is the problem we're having now over here as well. We don't have enough nurses and care staff and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And why don't we have enough care staff? Is because we told all them European nurses and doctors, all them highly qualified doctors, after Brexit, we told them to fuck off home. We didn't, people that was like started going, well, we didn't realize it would mean the doctors had to go home. What? Because you want the average Romanian that's building your house to go home, and you didn't realize the Romanian doctor would fall under the same ladder.
Yeah.
It's how it is.
And that's one thing here. We've all our hospitals go to a hiring company to actually get their nurses.
That's one of the big things over here as well.
What they do is
Yeah.
Yeah,
What you just
the
said
nurses
there.
are dictating when they want to work and etc. And we're
Yep.
finding that it's a case that we can't get nurses to actually do all the shifts.
Well, yeah. Well, this is what's happening over here now, right? We've got American companies that have set up over here, and they're private doctors. They're private. You know, if we want private insurance, health, we can. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's always been the case,
Yeah.
right? But what they're doing is they've hoarded all the nurses and all the good doctors. They've hoarded them all up, and now when the local NHS hospital needs a locum, a doctor, a nurse, yeah, they'll go, well, we can provide you with one. And the nurse is going to be on X amount of money,
Yeah.
and we want X amount of commission. And they
Yeah.
will work, yeah. And a lot, you'll find that a lot of them will go jump at the opportunity because they're on 3 times the money the nurse in the hospital's earning. And I think that's wrong.
Yeah.
Right? It should be,
Yeah.
you know what? You've made that decision to leave the NHS and go into the private sector. That's your choice. You're in that bed, live in it, right? The NHS should not be funding these private companies to send their doctors over to the hospital. Yeah.
But
and it should also be a case that if the NHS trains a doctor, trains a nurse, trains whatever, yeah, they must have to stay in the NHS and
for a certain amount of time.
for a certain amount of
Right.
time. And then at the end of it, if they come out, all the stuff that they're doing, earning, yeah, they should pay back into the NHS a percentage, right? So if they come out and say as an NHS doctor, they're earning £80,000 a year, right? Well, a lot of them are on a lot more than that, but as an example, right? But then they go into the private sector and they're earning 300,000 a year, right? The NHS should say, okay, you're right to earn double what you would have earned under us. So you're 160, but the rest of that money, yeah, we want 20%
Right.
back
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
to pay because the NHS don't charge them for training. It's all free.
Right.
And this is where I think we actually made the big mistake years ago. All our major hospitals in Adelaide used to be training hospitals. So in other words, all our nurses got trained at the hospital.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of Whyalla, which is north of us, by about 360 k's. That was also a training hospital.
Yeah.
But what
We
they've
call
actually
them
done,
we call them university hospitals over here.
right, and what's actually happened since about 1988, those they stopped training them in the hospitals, and they had required to go and do a university degree.
Yeah. Well, over here, they have to do the university, but like 2 days a week they have to go and work in the local hospital. So
Yeah.
when I was in a hospital having with last year, when they turned up and the doctor went, I've got 7 students here that are all training up. Yeah, do you mind if they sit on the thing? And I was like, listen, mate, everyone has to start somewhere. If they think my backside is where they want to start, that's their choice. Yeah, but if that ends their career, it's not my problem. And the doctor just burst out laughing. He went, we've got a wise one here.
Yeah.
But
Well, all of our
yeah,
doctors.
it's something that I think we've actually they've gone ahead and put in so much crap that we aren't getting the nurse turnover that we need.
Well, a lot of your nurses are coming over here.
Yeah, I know
because they'll pay more.
Well, mind you, I can actually go ahead and laugh at you guys. We got 50 of your police officers in our last recruit run.
Yes,
that have started over here in the last week. They got
you
sworn
can
in
have
over here.
you can have as many of our police officers as you want because a lot of our police officers are corrupt to fuck. Right? If you want to deal with them.
No, we were very, very careful in who we took. But yeah,
when you talk about police officers, you're going to find that a lot of them police officers were what we call spent officers. They've done their time. Hi, Paul. Yeah.
You're
You're
muted,
muted.
Paul.
Muted.
Okay, I'm unmuted now.
All
How's
right.
everybody
Yeah.
doing? Did you miss me while I was gone?
Didn't know you were gone.
We didn't realize it.
We
I
had,
didn't even
we had
realize
a
you were
party
gone.
and everything.
I had to go down to my credit union.
Yeah.
My debit card had been turned off, and so I didn't have any access to my money or funds. And so I went down there, and they says, well, they detected fraud and shut it off, and they on the spot issued me a new card, a new Visa debit card. So
Oh wow. That quick.
That means you gotta change all your codes, right?
Yep.
yeah, I think so.
Yes, but the good news is you're not going to be a victim of fraud. The bad news is, Paul, you keep making the same silly mistakes and clicking links and going on websites and believing that drone
that's
is really
because
49 cents.
David, I listen to Joe. Joe's my mentor. He always tells me what to do.
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
listen to
yeah,
Joe, I believe that if you listen to Joe or anyone on this panel, you wouldn't fall to half the stuff you fall for, right? When you see them DJI drones there that are
Well-
only 10% of the price of the drone would normally cost, you ain't getting that. Don't fall for it. They just want your bank
Yeah.
details. That's it. That's what they do. Yeah, you gotta be
yeah.
realistic.
Go ahead,
Well,
Lloyd.
did I was going to say, did you explain to them that OnlyFans charge wasn't fraud? That was you.
Yeah, well, I said I didn't remember it, but it could be me, and so yeah. Well, the thing of it is it's Money Key. I never heard of Money Key, and I called them up, and they says, "Oh yeah, you applied to get $800 and pay back $1,200."
Yeah,
Right.
Oh, that's interesting.
Well, that's interesting.
they did
Well-
that. They did that to me on PayPal, and I had to call them and get them
Yeah.
to. They
But
they
this is
set
what I was
up.
saying, Paul. Yeah. How many times have you displayed your bank details on this panel? Yeah.
Never.
Oh, you liar! You liar!
No, I never have.
No, you have.
I'm always very careful about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And if I was being
You know,
honest,
because I understand. You know.
yeah. And
I
if
know
go
there's
back-
some people out there that don't know, but Joe's taught me well.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it sounds like he's taught you well because you can talk a good game, but you can't act it. Yeah. But yeah, just be careful sharing your details online.
Right, Joe's a good mentor. If anybody needs a mentor in life, you get a hold of Joe.
well, yeah, because I mean, look at how
Joe's sitting.
good
Look
he
how
is,
look
like
how
with that
nervous
Neo.
Joe is there. He's like, "Don't you fucking come near me? I'm fucking dealing with you fuckers. I can't deal with another 20 Paul Murrays. Fuck off."
Well, you know, Joe's such an expert with the Neo. I'm actually thinking about getting one because I know how much he loves his. I think
he
I may
loves
buy
that
two
Neo,
of them.
and
Just,
he
and I'll say
recommends
it-
that to everybody.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, if you're looking at getting a Neo, that's fine. But what you got to remember is, how much is a Neo normally, right? So don't fall for them links that Paul will send you where he goes, you can get it for only 10%
Yeah,
of the price.
that Temu that Temu site I was a little
Temu,
concerned
yeah.
about. Yeah, Temu, yeah. Well, I tell you
see,
what, you
everybody
order
ca-
one thing
everybody
from them
knows.
and they send you crap 20 times a day. You know, like
Yes.
Yeah.
we're sending you a
But-
prize. I didn't ask for a prize. Leave me the hell alone.
Yeah. You
And
get it
Joe's
with,
trying to behave himself. He put himself on mute.
you get that with Sheen as well. But
He turned
Remember-
off his camera.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, my
Remember-
dog's getting ready to get kicked.
Team you.
Which dog is acting up?
Dino,
Tino. Okay.
I'm not giving you anything. I gave you something a second ago. Go.
Right. Anyway, Team
Don't
You
side
and
on me.
Sheen and them sort of companies, your data's safe with them. Yeah.
Oh,
'Cause-
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. The Chinese
No.
government don't want your piddly pounds. They want
You just
Elon
answered.
Musk's type money.
They want big
Yeah.
money. They want to.
They want big.
But
They ain't
see,
gonna
that's
piss
why
around.
Joe's mentored me. He told me you got to be careful because Joe's the only millionaire that I know, and
Yeah. Yeah.
And Paul, every time you get them pop-ups on your screen where it goes, your computer's infected, ring this number. Yeah? Tell them. Back off. Right? Just Control-Alt-Delete, close down your browser. Guess what? That message is gone. Your computer's fine. Yeah, you just then run your antivirus software, remove the bloody thing, and
I don't
get on
think
with
I
your-
have
oh.
antivirus software.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
well, you
kidding,
should.
right?
Right, you should have. If you've
I
listened
used
to
to
Justin,
have it, but I
yeah,
don't.
if you've listened to Justin and he said you don't need it, people like
Yeah.
yourself do, because once you fall victim to that bloody stupid thing, it
Yeah,
will stay there, and you could delete it and delete and delete it, but it will still come back until you have antivirus software and
Yeah, if you
the
don't,
fucking
yeah,
thing.
Windows Defender is good, but it's, I
It's
have
not
it
that good.
on my, but it does not, it can't remove, if a virus gets in there, it cannot remove it from the
From the system.
from the system, from
Registry,
the core. Yeah.
It sits in the registry.
Yeah, the
people
registry,
realize.
yeah.
People don't realize that. They go, "Oh, I've gone in there. I found it. It was in the app data temporary files. Done." Yeah. Did you remove it from your Windows registry? Why would it need to do that? Because your Windows registry, when it loads up, that's where it gets all its information from, and it's got a
Yeah.
code in there that will tell it to go back to that bloody website and put it back in.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why you don't think it. That's why I use CCleaner quite often. I just run it, clear out all the crap, good to
Yep.
go.
Yeah, I do. I check mine daily. Just
Yeah. I use CCleaner once a month. I use Super Anti
Yeah.
Spyware quite regular, and I've got McAfee sat there just doing nothing, And if a website looks too good to be true, I avoid it.
Yeah.
And
No,
if Justin sends me an affiliate link, I just ignore that as well.
Oh, definitely. If it's come from Justin, you just got to ignore it.
Oh, yeah,
Justin's
yeah.
good. No, Justin's good. He's good with his stuff. He knows what he's talking about sometimes. Yeah. But
That's the nicest thing I've heard you ever say about Justin.
yeah. But
sometimes, yeah.
me and Justin will 100% disagree on the antivirus software. I say for people like yourselves, people like Joel, Lloyd, Trevor, maybe Donald as well, myself, it's there. Not only is it peace of mind, but it sits there. You could click on a website, if you've got your McAfee firewall there, it knows if someone's already fallen victim to it, they put it into that web software immediately. So
Right,
all of
yeah.
a sudden, you fall for it, and it pops up and it goes, "Don't go to this website." It'll block it. It'll stop you going to it.
Yeah, see, and I've even my fiber optic, it's even got ad blockers built into the
Into the router,
router,
itself.
to the router. Yeah.
Router.
Yeah,
Come on.
I don't
Come on, Lloyd.
use any antivirus software because I don't want any software telling me what sites I can go to and which ones I can't.
Yeah, well, you want to keep your point sites to yourself. I know that.
Well, it just remembers what you have to do to keep your router happy.
Yeah.
No, David, I use incognito mode. That makes me safe, right?
No. Yeah. But yeah, I point out what Donald just said. It doesn't exactly tell you don't go to that website. It advises you. Yeah, if it's really dangerous, it will block it, obviously. But if it's something it thinks is suspicious, it will tell you. Also, you have to look at your browser as well. Top corner, it's got two little markings next to where mine says YouTube. If I hover over that, click it, it tells me this website is the connection secure. Yeah, tells me I can have notifications and all that stuff. Yeah, keep checking that. If you go to a website, click that. If it's dodgy, it's going to say this site is not secured.
Well, that's just going to be whether they have the SSL. That's the certificate. Oh my God, I can't speak today. It started last night. I'm telling you, I'm looking in the mirror and seeing my tongue is coming out straight because
so look, it's just
last
this
night
one
I was
here.
trying to talk to my wife and I could not get a word out right, and I'd have to just stop and
Right. So
take a
just this
breath
one
and try
here.
again.
You click it there, and it'll tell you this website's secured. You can click it, and it will tell you your information, for example, is clear. Certificate's valid, which is what Donald was just saying. but this tells you everything that everything's encrypted right there. Always good to follow. Yeah. And another thing, if you get an email and it says, you know, your Disney Plus has expired. Click here to you know,
To renew.
Don't click it, right? Go to Disney Plus website itself, right? Go to the website itself. Don't click the links in the email.
Because you're
right?
going to a third party, right?
Yeah. Just go to the website itself. So go to www.disney.com and then you'll see there and it'll go, no, everything's fine. Carry on.
Or what
Yeah.
you can do is go to www.donald.com and he'll straighten you out.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Hey, Paul, I'm gonna bail. I think I'm gonna go lay down and take a nap. I'm about to
Okay,
fall
Lloyd,
asleep here.
you deserve it.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to pack it in
Take-
as well. I just want to
Take a
say,
nap.
Trevor, next time you send snow, right, don't use Apple Maps. You've clearly got it wrong.
Yeah, I'm having a little bit of difficulties with my delivery company. They keep dropping it in the wrong bloody place.
Yeah.
Well, this snowstorm that America's getting right now is the one I predicted to hit the UK. I knew there was going to be a severe snowstorm. It's just slightly off mark. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's like
with the downside to that is you guys are getting the snowstorm. We're going to get the mega storms that you should have got.
well,
Yeah. So we're going to get the
it's like-
wind.
it's like this. I went ahead and Laura wanted some nice warm weather. I thought, well, I've got plenty to spare. So I went ahead and addressed it off to her. And where did it land? In bloody California. God,
Well, there you go.
God, I just can't win. Okay, the delivery company's just getting it far too wrong.
Well, it's so bad that last Monday they said Britain was going to get hit by a snow bomb on my birthday. Yeah. Actually, the temperatures on my birthday are going to be a balmy 16 degrees for January, right? Which means barbecue weather in Britain, t-shirts off, everything else. Yeah, no, it's still slightly cold, but yeah, we're brave and strong and built to last,
Right.
right?
Insane.
Oh.
All right, gentlemen. I'm
Okay,
gonna bail
Lloyd.
now. All
Yeah,
right, we'll
if
talk
we
to
put the
y'all later.
gazebo out, catch you later, Lloyd. Yeah, we put the
Yeah.
gazebo out and the barbecue. Yeah, someone else is having our food.
Yeah.
Joe, are
yeah.
you going to go fly today?
I don't know. Johnny's got to go up to a strawberry field and document it for the guy because all his strawberries are frozen. He asked me if I wanted to go up
Yep.
there.
You going to go
What
with
About
us?
it.
Yeah, one
I
frozen
might. It's,
strawberry. Two frozen
it's
strawberry.
20-something miles on the interstate, and it's still got all. I'm watching all the snow still up there.
Oh, yeah.
Probably not. Not worth the chance.
Okay,
Take a
because I was
shove-
thinking about just David wants to leave, and I was thinking about just shutting
Yeah,
it
we could
down.
call it now.
Yeah, we're gonna pack it in, are we?
Pack it in, yeah.
Packing it in.
Okay, Trevor, thanks, buddy.
Yep. Gotcha.
We'll see ya.
Talk to you
Yeah, I'm
Later
gonna
later.
go
today,
on-
later today again at 5 o'clock, right, Joe?
Yeah. I'm gonna go and get me fix on Fortnite.
Okay.